Hello, I'm Andrew Fuller, clinical psychologist and also chairperson of Generation Next, and it's great to be with you. We started to think about what schools could look like in the future if they adopt all of the things that are available to them to create a preferred future, a vision of what could be. And so in this series, we are presenting a series of letters, purportedly from 2040, that basically help us to understand what that vision might be. And hopefully, if you get a chance, you can comment on that, and we would be delighted to enter into a conversation with you about them. So this is the second in our series of letters from 2040, Project 2040, basically about robots and automation in schools, imagining what a preferred future could look like for our schools in the future. Greetings from 2040. The past 2 decades have rewritten the script of education. The world, you know, your policies, institutions, even your assumptions about learning have been overtaken by a future that demanded we think beyond the present. We had a choice: resist change and fall behind, or embrace transformation with open minds and bold strategy. We chose the latter. Education had to become a national priority, not just a political talking point. The Chief Education Officer, once a bureaucratic role, became a visionary steward of long-term investment, overseeing the rollout of a national AI infrastructure that would redefine teaching and learning. One of the most profound shifts: robots in schools. While the broader world harnessed automation to revolutionise agriculture, conserve water and clean up the environment, Australia found itself in an enviable position. As other nations battled instability and supply chain breakdowns, we became a global leader in food security, one of the cleanest, most reliable producers on the planet. At first, teachers feared what automation meant for their jobs. The lesson of history is that technology displaces before it creates, and education was no different. But the commitment was clear. Robots would augment, not replace. AI tutors, as they became known, didn't take over classrooms. Instead, they personalised learning in ways that teachers had long dreamed of, but lacked the resources to achieve. Every student charted their own learning pathway, tailored to their strengths, interests and ambitions. AI tutors operated within Vygotsky's zone of proximal development, stretching students just beyond their comfort zone while keeping them in a state of Csikszentmihalyi's flow, that perfect balance of between challenge and mastery. For neurodiverse students, AI tutors became a game changer, equipped with emotion sensors to detect stress levels and signal when additional support was needed. In the early days, we thought AI tutors could be shared between students, a cost-saving measure. What we underestimated was attachment. Students form bonds with their AI tutors, not as cold machines, but as deeply personalised learning partners. And so here we are. The world of education, once rigid and standardised, has become dynamic and adaptive. The future wasn't an inevitability, it was a choice. Back there in 2025, you might say, I'm a dreamer, but we didn't get here just by dreaming alone. If you'd like to contribute to this conversation, there are a number of ways to do so. The first one is at #Imagine2040Schools. The second is to either be in contact with myself at Andrew Fuller on LinkedIn, or Generation Next on LinkedIn or on Facebook. It's always a delight to put out a new book, and this one I am particularly excited by. It's close to my heart. Having spent, goodness me, thousands of therapy sessions with neurodivergent young people and older people as well, thinking about the common conditions of neurodivergence, not so much as disorders, but as gifts, transforms their thinking. And helping them to identify what aspects of their thinking is advantageous, as it has been throughout history, gives them a way of leveraging their lives and seeing themselves as confident, capable, competent people. If you'd like to get a copy, Amber Press is publishing it, and there's also a QR code below. Thank you.